Hello, hi Albert.
Hi Prabjot.
Hi, how's it going?
Yeah, good. Everything is good.
Awesome. Where are you located right now?
Durgapur, West Bengal.
Oh, awesome. How's it? How's the cold there?
It's not much. Normal temperature. 23, 25, something like that. Degree centigrade. You are
Okay.
from where?
It's, I'm in Delhi only.
Okay, Delhi, so there is cold.
Yes, and pollution as well.
Okay. But Kejriwal has done a lot of good things na, in Delhi.
Yeah, it's trying. Just a second, sir. Sure. So, like I think you have already had round one, as far as I know. And yep. So this right now, like my interview would be, I'll tell you about myself, like what I've done here at FAANG, and then we'll get to know about what you are doing, what awesome projects you are working on. We'll have some cross questions there and jump into like some coding questions, and then if you have any other doubts regarding Python or any questions, you can feel free to ask me.
Okay.
So, okay, so I have been with FireHome since the beginning, since 2016, and like I worked in the backend front end, and right now I'm working at the data. So we have had a lot of technologies, emerging. We have been working on emerging technologies since then, and yes, like that's pretty much my journey here. I've been in the leading front all the time. Uh, so what about you? Any
So I have been in Wakefield in my current organization for like 1.5 years, and I have worked on various things like integration of the new warehouses. 15 new warehouses I did. Yeah, 17 new warehouses. Sorry, 17 new warehouses I did. So like everything from dispatch to delivery, the code was like rewritten by me, and product detail page I have worked on, and estimated delivery thing. So out is the e-commerce platform. So that's what I'm saying. Product detail page is there, and then estimated delivery for each product. Whenever you enter a pin code and you ask for what will be the estimated delivery for that pin code for that specific product, it fetches from the back end, and those things I have done. So yeah, that's pretty much about me.
Okay, so regarding this API, which is the expected delivery date for a product, what all parameters have you been taking?
Which API?
The one that fetches the expected delivery date for a product.
Pin code only it takes. Pin code and item SKU of what product we are. The specific pin code where we want to deliver it, and the
Okay,
item
and
SKU.
what do you do on the backend? What's the logic for fetching this?
So basically, there are multiple models. Actually, pod and EDD model is there, where we check for like mother warehouses and inventory stores are there, like multiple. So mother warehouses is for where the products are manufactured, and there are like inventory stocks warehouses. So their products are stored there as uh, in those warehouses. So that is the model. So like currently we manufacture in Bangalore, Gurgaon, and Jodhpur.
So my yeah,
No, no,
so
yeah,
I
yeah.
wanted to
I'm coming to that point. I'm coming
okay,
to that.
okay,
So yeah. So basically, what we do in the backend. So we calculate from for a given pin code, we calculate the nearest warehouse,
okay.
and sorted way. So what is the list of sorted warehouses which are close to it, and then we start checking whether the product is there uh, uh, with the specific stock in that warehouse or not. If it is not in the closest one, then we check the second closest one, then third closest one. That way we do. And if it is not there in all, then we go for like production thing. Then production lag comes into picture. Okay, so these things we do, and then we calculate out and show the estimated delivery date.
Okay. So once you have the distance, how do you calculate the delivery date then?
We have like specific values. So since if it's already there in the stock, then there is estimated EDD for each warehouse. Okay, means we have a table, yeah, master delivery sheet table. So master delivery sheet table, it has pin code and the EDD from all the other warehouses. Okay, if the product is there, then what will be the EDD from that specific warehouse to that pin code?
Depending on the pin code.
Yeah. So
Okay.
like 20,
So
so
my
we deliver like for 30 in 30,000 pin codes we deliver now. So 30,000 into 30,000 rows entries are there, and 26 warehouses we have now. So 26 into 30,000 is the total entries, and other columns are also there. So yeah.
Okay. So you said that you first check what is the distance of the delivery pin code with all your warehouses, and then you filter on the product, whether the product is there or not. So don't like, do you think this is faster, or if you filter on the product first and then calculate the distances, that's faster?
Because mostly all products are there in the all warehouses. Mostly it happens that all the products are there.
Um, yeah, but as if you have to compare between both the approaches,
See, if we check for each product whether the product is in that warehouse or not, there will be like one API call for each warehouse. Okay, then this sorting is like uh, simple, like big of n thing, big of n, and when n is 27. Okay, so this is very simple. So sorting won't take lot of time. Sorry, n log n. So sorting won't take a lot of time. Okay. So we do the
no.
sort.
So
Yeah, we do the
let's
sort.
say both of the tasks are independent. You
Yeah.
sort and you filter. What would you prefer doing first? Would you do sorting first, like calculating the distance and sorting first, or would you do filtering first? What is a more optimum way and why?
So suppose if we are doing sorting first, okay. I am taking both the cases where we are doing sorting first and where we are doing.
We are calculating the distance and then sorting.
Yeah,
That's the task.
yeah. So both cases we are considering. So if we are sorting, filtering first, then we have to make a API call for each warehouse. Okay, whether that product is there in that warehouse or not. Okay.
Don't you have to do it in the other case also? If you
Yeah,
have sorted it,
but yeah, if I've sorted it, so uh,
even after
mo-
that you have to make a call to all the APIs to check whether the product
so
exists.
but in the previous case 27 calls will always be there na, but in the second case there will won't be 27 calls.
If you are filtering first.
No, if I'm sorting first, if I'm
No,
sorting for if I'm sorting
okay,
first, in like 4 or 5 calls only we will get our answer. But
nearest pin code.
correct.
Okay.
But if we are filtering first, then there will be 27 calls. Okay, and based on the means where we got a positive result, means where the stock is there, then only we will do the sorting based on those set of warehouses where the stock is there. Correct. So
Okay.
27 into n log n. Okay, where n log n will become smaller, but in the second case, n log n will be larger, means 27, but filtering will only be
To
4 or
sort,
5. Filtering will only be 4 or 5 filtering, na? 4 or 5 API calls will be there, na?
that's the bottleneck. If you are uh, first you are calculating the distance
Yeah,
from all
distance calculation is not a network
from
call.
all the yeah from all of them, all the pin codes, and then you are sorting them, uh, and then you are checking the existence for each by hitting the each API. Okay. Uh, you don't have a central database to fetch the existence of a product with each warehouse.
Yeah, we do have, so one API call would be sufficient, right? That's what you are saying.
Yeah,
Yeah, so if that is possible, then we can like do the filtering first and then sorting.
Okay, if that exists, then you are saying that we'll do the filtering first and then sorting.
Yeah,
And would this be efficient in that case? And why
yeah,
would
yeah,
that be efficient?
yeah. Pretty much efficient. Yeah.
Why would that be efficient?
Because only one API call we are doing, and then the total number of warehouse reduces. So sorting will be done for a smaller set of items. So time will be less. It will be faster, efficient.
Just the sorting or something else also?
Yeah, sorting only.
Before that, we were calculating the distance also, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
in the calculation of the distance,
Yeah,
we have to do less.
calculation of the distance also becomes easier. Correct, correct.
Becomes
So
easier.
yeah,
Okay. So I saw that you have worked on NoSQL databases like MongoDB, Elasticsearch, right?
MongoDB I personally worked. I didn't work on a large scale system, and Elasticsearch also
Okay.
have worked like 4 years back.
Okay. Okay.
Recently, I haven't.
What kind of a NoSQL?
Recently I worked
Yeah.
in
Recently,
MySQL only.
okay. Recently you have worked on MySQL. Okay. So you have worked in both NoSQL and SQL database.
Mm.
Can you tell me like what are the different types of NoSQL database and what exactly is MongoDB out of those?
MongoDB is a document based data structure where the schema is very much flexible, and entries are stored in form of right raw document. Okay,
Okay.
in key value pairs.
Okay. Can you write down a query for the, so are there other types of NoSQL databases too? Can you like name some and what are those types?
Will I can't write query. I don't remember that much of my MongoDB. Um,
Okay.
but yeah, I need to Google out. I don't know the syntax actually.
Okay.
But other NoSQL databases are like Elasticsearch and CouchDB is there. Then yeah,
What kind of a store is CouchDB?
CouchDB I don't know much about it.
Okay. Do you know about, can you give me some example of a key value store, which is also a NoSQL store?
Elasticsearch, MongoDB.
MongoDB is document basis, like lesser of key value store.
Yeah, Elasticsearch stores in key value pairs.
Yeah, Elasticsearch does. Uh, have you heard about column oriented storages?
Yeah, column oriented like Cassandra.
Cassandra. Okay. And have you heard about in-memory databases?
In memory to Redis.
Okay. What is the difference between like let's say MongoDB and Redis?
Redis stores everything in the RAM, while Mongo stores in the hard drive.
Okay. What are the advantages of storing in RAM or hard drive?
So
What is the difference?
RAM is like it takes like 1 millisecond, but hard drive takes like 100 milliseconds, so 100 times slower.
Okay. And why would then everyone not use in-memory database?
Because it's expensive.
Expensive in what sense?
We can't store everything. It's volatile. It's expensive. I mean, once the power goes down, the everything in the in-memory database deletes up.
Yeah, expensive. Yeah, you're getting it right. In what terms?
What?
What terms is it expensive?
Expensive in terms of like it's difficult to get like suppose if we like have any like EC2 instance. So EC2 instance, if we take a EC2 instance for like whatever like 32 GB RAM or 16 GB RAM, the price is much higher. But we can't have it in size of TBs. Okay, so
So you mean in terms of size,
yeah,
it's expensive.
yeah. In terms of size,
Gotcha. Okay. Do you know about indexing?
Yeah, indexing I know in MySQL.
Yeah. What is it?
So basically, based on a column, we index rows. So basically, its indexing is done based on uh, this B tree data structure. So where like every key is stored in a B tree, and we have to traverse down the B tree. And like suppose there are 100 children for each node, then like log n to the base 100 time will take is whatever is the uh, n array size of the B tree. The time complexity reduces to that size and log times, so it's very much faster, and it gets means
What
whenever
are the keys for the B tree?
keys are based on any column we can do primary. It should be a primary key.
Okay. Primary key as in like let's say I'm putting a column, an index on a column. Uh, so what
Means
will be the
candidate,
keys
sorry,
for
candidate key, it should be a candidate key, a set of columns which form a candidate key.
right, right. Okay. Uh, Now you have like how does what are the values stored against that in the B tree?
The
Like
whole
how
row,
does
the
indexing make it faster?
whole row.
Are you sure it's the whole row?
Yeah, the remaining columns.
No, I'm asking like how does the index make the querying faster using the B tree? What does B tree give out? Give an output. What does it do to make the query faster?
It returns the
Is it
exact row which satisfies the query.
how does it return the exact row? Are we storing the entire row against the B tree?
Means we are storing the
Is it
candidate key only. The
yeah? And
for that candidate key we store a private sorry primary key. So means suppose
is it something related to address?
there's some address of that row, the address of that row.
Right. Not the entire row, but the address of
Yeah,
the
yeah,
list.
correct.
Um, so in MySQL, do you know about caching?
In MySQL caching,
Yeah, like database caching
in Redis I have
on a
done.
database level.
Redis I have Django Redis I have used. So Django Redis I have cached the SQL query result. So these things I have done.
Okay. Uh, where exactly is the cache stored?
In the RAM,
Right. So, what was the most challenging task that you have, any problem that you have faced, and how did you solve that problem?
most challenging. Whatever task I have got, I have tried to. Means usually I get stuck in something new which I don't know. Okay. So basically, like it's related to server configuration or something like that. Means whatever task given to me, I have been able to like deliver it on time and sometimes before time also. So there is challenges. Challenges I have faced while like testing those things. So I have like sometimes some authentication and authorization things like go wrong. So that I need to those things I was new to it. So that I was trying to resolve. So like authorization authentication of the API calls. Okay. So those things I got stuck. So there was, but it was slightly challenging, and those things I did. Apart from most of the,
Okay, something, yeah, please go ahead.
yeah, apart from that, I don't remember anything where I got stuck actually for longer time. Means sometimes, hello,
Hi, am I
Yeah,
speaking to
hello.
Albert Matthews?
hello. Hi,
Hello. Hi.
am I audible now?
Yes, yes.
Actually, I got a call and my Wi-Fi is not working, so I've connected to my phone.
No, it's
Yeah, yeah.
okay. Any challenge in the sense that something went down because like or like some mistake that you made, and how did you resolve it in future that you do not make it again? Was there something like that?
So I have run into some like a few production things which I forgot to like. So nothing production bug never happened, but like couple of things I had added like extra which I had to remove. So I forgot to remove those. So that was like redundant things. Couple of things like in the DB also there were a couple of columns which are not required, but I added them for like testing purposes, and then I forgot to remove them, but it was sent into production, so I had to create a separate ticket and then remove it. So those things I have done,
Okay.
but any production issue I haven't means
Okay.
gone bad till now actually in this 1.5 year. Whatever I have done is working fine.
Okay.
Means we in
Uh,
our company we go through rigorous testing actually. The QA team like tests everything very rigorously. Whatever we complete and like submit, then the QA tests and they go through each and every cases like where things could go wrong. So yeah,
okay. Can you give me a moment, please?
yeah, yeah, sure.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Uh, Actually, I got someone on the door.
Okay, okay.
Hello.
Yeah, no problem. So how is the work life balance
So,
in fly homes?
it's good. It's pretty much going great. Yeah. Like what you, yeah, it's perfect. I mean, if you want to work whenever, what time you want to work, it's awesome. So, my like next question is, have you heard about replication and sharding?
Yeah, but I haven't done it before. I know
Okay.
about it. Like based on some shard key, we shard the data, and like for some set of entries, we do the replication of the data. Replication is like copying the data, and sharding is like distributing the data. It is a distributed data system. It becomes, and replication is copying the whole data.
Okay, great. Sharding, you mentioned the key is used,
Hmm.
right? What is that key and how does it help?
So based on suppose we are doing sharding based. So suppose there are lots of entries, okay, based on cities and like suppose any entry is there for like buses. Like suppose buses are running in a across different cities. So we have a public transport database. So there we have like for different cities, different buses are there. So based on the city key, we will shard the whole DB. So for all the entries for like Delhi, or like whatever 1 lakh buses are running in Delhi, so 1 lakh entries will be separated out into a
So you're saying that you'll distribute the city key.
yeah,
Based on city key, you'll distribute the data.
yeah.
How will you decide which instance or which part of data would a particular record go to?
That is decided by the masters, na? Master slave architecture is there. So the slaves will be
Master slave will decide.
no, no. Means in SQL, I don't know. I haven't done it before, but uh, it is decided internally by my scale only,
So
na. Means it is decided.
okay, it is decided internally, but I'm asking, would the record can a record go to a slave also?
Yeah, means master slave architecture means I don't know exactly what it the terminology is. Okay, the terminology I don't know,
Okay,
but something like that it will happen.
okay, okay. So do you have you heard about strong consistency in let's say SQL cluster?
Yes, strong consistency means whenever there is a master slave architecture, then whatever data writes happens in the master, it is directly means instantaneously replicated to each of the slaves.
Okay, and if I'm querying a data during the this replication process from a slave, will I get the latest entry or will I get the old
Old
entry
entry.
in strong consistency?
No, in a strong consistency, we'll
If
get the latest data.
okay, uh, so master slave, as you
But
mentioned,
usually, MySQL
is
is not so strong, not so strongly consistent. MySQL,
no okay,
yeah. In
okay.
real scenario, I'm telling.
Like it depends on the yeah, okay. It depends on like how you have configured the database, how you have configured SQL. But like in case of strong consistency, as you said, it's going to be the latest data that you are going to receive from any slave also, while we have already written to the master. So, like my question is like this master slave configuration, as we discussed, is replication, right? You're replicating the data from master to slave. But in case of sharding, would you be send would you send a data to only a slave?
No, it will be done to means there will be master slave architecture, and each master will be of different shards, and the replication will
Okay,
have
that's making sense.
replication will happen to at the master level slave level. So sharding is will be between master and master, and replication
Yes,
will happen.
that's what I was looking for.
Yeah,
Right. So, what language are you comfortable in to write a code?
Python.
Give me a couple of minutes to set it up.
Okay. In Delhi, where you live?
I'm in South Delhi.
South Delhi. Cannot place the.
It's Central Delhi mostly,
Okay.
Connaught Place, but I am near Horse Khas village, if you have heard.
Okay. Yeah, I got it. Yeah,
I
yeah.
have sent you a link. Yes. You can go through the question and let me know if you have any doubts.
You are given two non-empty linked lists representing two non. This is very simple problem. Hello?
Yeah, yeah.
Why are you giving so simple? Okay. The sum should also be in reverse order.
Yes. You can keep on saying what you're thinking side by side.
So basically, I will iterate from left to right since they are already in reverse order. So I'll keep on adding both of them, and whatever values will be left, so that I will sum up with the carry and sum it up in the end. That's what I will do.
Yeah.
Okay. Hello?
Mhm. Yeah, yeah. I'm audible.
Yeah, yeah. List node 0. Sol is equal to list node 0. Okay. L1, L2. Yeah. Does it looks good?
So actually, you're not uh, you're not traversing the list itself in the while loop.
Acha, acha, yeah, yeah, yeah.
You
Yeah,
see,
yeah, sorry, sorry. Arey, that's a. Yeah. Correct, correct. Arey, sorry, sorry, error. हेलो.
हेलो.
हाँ.
हेलो.
हाँ भैया, आप बाहर दे दीजिए, मैं बिजी हूँ थोड़ा.
तो बोलिए किसी को बाहर आने हैं.
हाँ ठीक है, ठीक है. मैं बोलता हूँ, ओके.
हाँ.
जस्ट अ सेकेंड, हाँ, जस्ट अ सेकेंड. डिलीवरी गाय हैज कम. पापा. हेलो. हेलो प्रभजोत.
yeah,
या सर, जस्ट सॉरी, जस्ट अ सेकेंड.
that's it.
The code is fine, right? Anyways.
আপনি কল করেছেন
Yeah, for the code, like I can see two more while loops, separate separate loops. Can you like try to change the code into one while loop?
One while loop.
Yes.
Just a second. हेलो.
हाँ बोलिए.
हाँ, बता रहा हूँ, एक सेकंड. 428819.
हाँ.
428819.
428819.
हाँ.
ठीक है.
ओके, ठीक है भैया, थैंक यू. या हेलो प्रभजोत.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah. So yeah, okay. I have one loop, right? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, cool. Now. Just a second,
This
sir.
is
Yeah, yeah,
Indian
yeah,
somewhere
yeah,
else.
yeah. Cool. No.
Yeah, sounds good. Yeah, it looks good. And okay, so you have mentioned in your resume that you dream of bridging the gap between people using technology.
That that's one I wrote just like that. Yeah. It was long.
You,
No, no. Yeah, I mean it. I mean it. It was long back. I've written. I kept on. After college, I wrote that. So that time I was very much motivated. Like work.
sir, not you're saying you're not
No,
motivated
no, I
now.
am still motivated. But at the college time, what I used to think that ये startup करेंगे, ये करेंगे. So those things, मतलब now means I think that things are very easy to dream of, but it's not easy to achieve them. Like there are a lot of things which we have to do, so it takes time actually. So there are a lot of things which I need to learn now. So yeah, I definitely want to do that. Means like in terms of like digitizing couple of lot of other things in India. Means whenever I get opportunity in future, means to work for a like a emerging startup or start a own startup. So both things work for me. So those things.
You mentioned that you have implemented Chinese whispers
Yeah, yeah.
algorithm.
Chinese whispers is basically mm, clustering algorithm for like text means when various like descriptions is there and so this one I did in like media.net in my first organization. So there what was the problem statement was to like there were millions of entries, okay, titles and descriptions were there, and we had to cluster the data based on the text only. So that's for that thing I implemented these things. So I used to like fetch the data from DB Hadoop we were using. So we used to fetch the data from Hadoop. Then we used to do like Jakardi's index and Chinese whispers algorithm. Chinese whispers is basically like what is the probability of happening to like what to say non frequently used words like a articles and these things are ignored, okay. So like the uh, uh, in text algorithms like NLP also there are like things miss there are various words which have like which are not so frequently used, okay. So what is the probability of happening to such those two such words means one after the another, okay. So that was the thing, and based on those probability we used to cluster the
So you mean bigram,
yeah bigram
bigram
model,
model you mean?
bigram trigram, yeah.
What is the full form of TF-IDF?
Term frequency inverse document frequency.
Okay, what is it
So
exactly?
TF-IDF is basically how Google search and this elastic search works, okay. So this is basically like for each entry there is the inverse document frequency is created. Okay, so inverse document frequency is basically means for each,
So this is a
yeah,
matrix. Like, can you tell me like how this matrix, like what are the entries of this matrix?
entries of this matrix for each word. What are the ID of the descriptions which include that word? Okay, so suppose if I do a search for like Delhi or like whatever, like butter chicken. So where so all those descriptions which have that this term butter chicken, this bigram thing, this two this whole keyword by butter and chicken with together. So that will be fetched first. Then it will be splitted into butter and then chicken, and then those also will be fetched. So that's this is a search thing.
Okay. So how are the values calculated?
What values?
The value of this matrix. You mentioned the row and column. Like you will have values for this matrix for all the documents or all the descriptions which contain this particular keyword, right? That's how we have described the row. Rest all the values will be zero. So for the values which are existing, how are those calculated?
The values which are existing.
The existing values, I mean non-zero values, how are those values
So
calculated?
what I'm saying is for each word, like butter chicken. So what are the documents which have the butter chicken word? That all the ID of the documents will be stored. That is how the it looks like. Miss values I'm not understanding. Miss how much relevance it is. The relevance score you are asking.
This okay, you can say it relevance score, but this is a matrix. Term frequency inverse
Yeah,
document frequency is a
yeah.
matrix. How are the values of those matrix
So
calculated?
actually,
The
the
non-zero
actually
values,
to
how
be
are they?
honest, this one I have done like 4 years back. Okay, so there is a formula for that, a mathematical formula.
It's in the name itself. Term frequency inverse document
Yeah, yeah,
frequency.
yeah. Means inverse of the thing. Means whatever, how much terms are there, and the uh, inversely inversely with respect to the document we have calculated. It's something like that. Means logarithmic terms of logarithmic thing also is there. I don't remember it
Okay,
exactly. Something like that.
it's okay. It's okay. Mm. All right, we have 9 minutes. You have any questions for me?
Yeah, tell me how is life in fly homes?
It's life since COVID. It's like mostly work from home. Right now, we have started going to an office. We have just to meet up like once or twice in a week. But it's mostly we are staying at home, working from here, and work-life balance is good once you get how the systems are working. Once you're able to contribute, like it should be like really easy for you to
What? Okay.
for anyone to contribute.
And what is the tech stack?
Tech stack, we have Ruby on Rails as framework. We have React framework. We have recently shifted to Python. Uh, Also, we are also working on native iOS and Android
Okay.
applications. Uh, AWS is there, Google Cloud. Like we are mostly using all the services that are available. We also have Kafka now, so Confluent is also integrated.
Okay. Okay.
What are your interests in backend? Is there any specific technology that you like to work
I
on?
prefer to go with Python, but Ruby on Rails also I did in college actually. When I was in college, like Rails, I was learning a little bit. Rails is a framework, right, of Ruby.
Hmm.
So
Yeah, Ruby on Rails itself is a framework.
Ruby is a programming language, and Rails is the framework, right? Yeah. So
Yes, it's called
I know.
ROR actually, Ruby on Rails.
Okay.
That's the
Okay.
framework.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Any other questions?
So how was my interview? You liked it?
It was it was
Good.
good. You did well.
ठीक है.
You play Xbox too?
What?
You have written Xbox in your interest. You play
Yeah,
Xbox,
I
right?
had Xbox in Mumbai actually. When I was in Mumbai, we had Xbox. Then we sold it actually.
Okay.
Well,
Okay. What was your favorite game?
so God of War.
God of War. Yeah, I also play
Yeah.
God of War a lot. I recently bought
Please.
PS5 actually. I was looking for like some. Yeah, I'm looking for some cool
Okay.
games to play on it.
Okay. God of War.
Yeah, I played it on PS4 last. Recent one, I have heard it's great. All versions of God of War are awesome. I know that. I have played the last one too. I have not played the latest
Okay.
one, but it gets boring after a certain point of
Mm.
time. For me, like the storyline, it gets
Mm.
boring after a point of time. So I leave it.
Kratos, the story, yeah, he has done a lot of things. His designers, the new
Yes,
God of War, the graphics is very nice, and Assassin's Creed is also very good. Assassin's Creed,
yes, both of them. The Last of Us is
and
also
you
very
have
good.
played Prince
It's
of
kind of
Persia,
yes,
Prince of
yes, I
Persia. So
played Prince of
I
Persia.
had played lots of means a lot of this game means in PS2. PS2 I used to long back I had PS2, so that time I was playing that yeah, Sand of Times and the Two Thrones, Prince of Persia. So these yeah. I had. Which one is your favorite game?
Mine, FIFA. I have played
FIFA.
FIFA a lot. I like it because yes, I like it because I can make a lot of moves there. It's something like I have been playing since 2015. It's been 6 7 years, so
Okay,
I
okay,
like that.
okay.
I follow football, so regarding the interview, I think like you made like really good, and hopefully you'll make it to the next round. See you
Okay,
there.
sure. Next round will be design, na? And then I think one more round is with the US team. Two miss I all three rounds are scheduled
Yes.
for today. Um, yeah,
For today itself. Okay,
yeah,
I
yeah.
didn't know that.
So actually, they have scheduled it. Means she told me that she'll get the feedback. Means your round and the design
Tomorrow.
round is finalized, but after these two rounds, she'll get the feedback, and then the US round will be like decided whether it should be taken or not. So it's at 10:30 p.m. the US round. Actually, I have another offer from Licious, and my half onboarding is done almost, but still, like,
Okay.
so, so that is why I asked her to speed up the process so that if like yeah, I am like I wish to join a more early startup actually, and which has a like better work life because I'm getting married very soon, so my so
Okay.
actually, there won't be a problem. Yeah, yeah, thank you.
Congratulations.
So there won't be a problem in taking leaves now. Like if I join, I can join from 16th only. I have put down all my papers actually. So 15 is my last working day in my company, and from 16 I am joining this Licious. So if I get offer from like fly homes, then so what I'm asking that can I get like leaves in the early like 1 or 2 weeks, like 12, 15 days, 10 to 14 days I think.
Sure. Yeah, for marriage, yeah, definitely. You
Okay, okay,
can, like, everyone understands
okay,
that.
okay.
It's okay. Like,
Acha, acha. You are married or single?
no, no,
Single,
I'm
okay.
single.
Okay, okay. I'm getting married a bit earlier actually. My parents wanted to like marry.
Okay.
Actually, I was trying to avoid it
Awesome.
a couple of years, but fine. Now they are like, you have to do so.
It should be great. Yeah, like all the best. Should
Yeah,
be a like really
yeah,
nice start for you.
yeah. Okay. Thank you, Prabjot. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. See
Take
you.
care. Huh?
Bye.
Bye.